Hi, it's Katrina. From secret code words to wild parties, here are 10 surprising confessions by Disney employees. Number 10. Have a magical day. Employees at the Disney parks have to meet and greet countless people every day, but while they have to stay on their best behavior when interacting with the guests, not every visitor returns the courtesy. Quite often, kids will kick the characters, probably more than you think, or adults will be incredibly rude. Of course, there's no way for the staff to put you in your place if they want to keep their job, because it is the most magical place on earth, remember, except by using what seems like a friendly phrase that you all know. Have a magical day is in fact their way of telling you where to go. Yep, that's right. If a Disney princess, pirate, or even Mickey Mouse says, "Have a magical day," they are in fact telling you to go F yourself. Well, that's according to some staff who used to work at the resorts at least. They are told to make every guest feel as special as possible, and this phrase is usually the one they resort to when they're dealing with a particular difficult guest, and so they say it in a sarcastic way. It's all about the tone of voice. Don't panic if it's said to you and you've been polite though. It could just be that they've been having a bad day. Number 9. The music keeps playing. That's right, the music keeps on playing even when there aren't any guests. Anyone who's visited a Disney resort will know how catchy the music can be. Sometimes it takes days for you to clear your head of it all. You know the one, especially from rides like It's a Small World. Well, take a moment to think about the poor ride operators who sit there listening to the music on continuous loop all day long. And it's not just while the rides are in operation. The CIA uses music on a repeated loop to torture and break prisoners, and they have said it is very effective. To learn more, be sure to check out my Facts About the CIA video. One of the songs they use, It's a Small World. According to some former employees, the music continues well past the time the last guest has ridden, as they need to continually check and test the experience to ensure it's living up to the entertainment and safety standards that you'd expect. Even the janitors sweep the place with the full music playing, something that would be taxing even for the most committed of Disney fans. Number 8. Fired for taking a selfie. One of the rules of working at Disney is that you must stay in character at all times. This means answering every question in the way that your character would, knowing everything about the movies that they were in, and never shattering the illusion. If you play Mulan and some tourists come up to you and try to speak Chinese, you'd better have a good reason why you aren't able to speak it back to them. It's also not a great job for celebrity spotting, because if you see one, you can't go up and talk to them unless they approach you, and you absolutely mustn't ruin any of the behind-the-scenes magic. This means taking photos of yourself while getting ready or backstage in the resort is completely banned. There have been numerous accounts of staff members who have done this and lost their jobs soon after. If you want a picture of yourself dressed up as Cinderella, you'd be much safer getting a friend to visit the park and getting a snap for you. And it better be in character and not in between. You have to keep the magic real. Number 7. Security is everywhere. Just as you'd find with any amusement park, there are prominently placed security staff all around Disney, but what you might not realize is that those visible guards are just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to park security, which is a good thing in this day and age. Talk about shattering the illusion, there must never be any bad event at Disney ever. Former employees have revealed the extent to which the parks are monitored, and revealed that the only way to spot the undercover agents is the telltale sign of their earpieces. Of course, they are there to catch misbehaving guests who try to secretly drink alcohol, take drugs, or access areas that they shouldn't. They are all in contact with each other, and there are screeners who spend all day watching people go past and radioing ahead to other guards to have a word with anyone who isn't following the rules. It's a place where you won't get away with much, so if they ever have a word with you, your best bet is to just confess, or you might get banned forever. Perhaps most surprisingly, though, is that the security are not just there to handle park visitors, but also the cast members too. They keep an eye out to make sure staff are dressed appropriately, in the right areas, and performing duties like helping visitors and picking up any trash. Big Brother is watching you. Number 6. The underground tunnels. Have you ever wondered why you never see a character from one area of the park walking through another in Disney World? Surely they must have to move around when they go on breaks or get changed. Well, the answer is that beneath Magic Kingdom, there is a vast network of tunnels specifically to keep everything looking neat and clean and organized. They are actually at ground level, built on the swampland in the area, and everything you see as a guest is built on top of them. They were a part of Walt Disney's original idea for keeping all the elements of a city you don't want to see hidden underground. He got the idea when he was walking around Disneyland in Anaheim, saw a cowboy wandering through Tomorrowland, and it ruined his experience. Characters change down there, and it is where all the sewage and waste goes, as well as everything that would shatter the illusion of the magic that happens in the open. This may sound cool, but by all accounts of people that have used the tunnels, they can be pretty horrific. They're really hot all of the time. I mean, imagine in Orlando with all that heat and humidity, and stink because of all the waste that is treated down there. They are known as the utilidor tunnels and cover more than 390,000 square feet. In cleaner, more ventilated areas is where all the staff spend their downtime. There are cafeterias and even a hair salon known as Kingdom Cutters to ensure that everyone adheres to the Disney look. Number 5. Cast exclusive sales. It can be a tough and grueling job working for the mouse, but if you're a Disney fanatic, then the perks sure make up for it. One that is particularly loved by cast members is the exclusive sales just for them. Across Magic Kingdom, there are a series of secret stores called Company D that sell items that have been pulled from the regular stores and offered for basement prices. Things that wouldn't go on sale to park visitors, like t-shirts with holes in the seams, can be found on sale for a fraction of the price they would normally sell for, which explains why anyone you know who works there is always decked out with the latest gear. Even more, twice a year there's a huge sale called Salsa Sales for cast members that is only open to them and their guests. Disney uses this to clear out old stock lines and any excess inventory that they have, and involves several huge tents being full of virtually every piece of merchandise you can think of. Everyone needs a friend who works at Disney. Number 4. Drug tests only for operators. Disney is very strict on how their staff behave while at work, but as far as they're concerned, their cast members can do whatever they want when they're off the clock. Of course, showing up to work inebriated is a complete no-no, but it's only the people who are responsible for operating the rides that are regularly drug tested to ensure they are capable of dealing with any emergencies that arise. That's a good thing. As for everyone else, it seems as if the mouse is more than happy with them partying. Online message boards are full of stories of past employees about how cast member parties are the best. After all, where else could you find yourself having a beer with Ariel and Princess Leia in one place? There are some freaky parties too, but you guys can just Google that. Number 3. Specific look requirements. Cast members need to have a very specific look to be able to work at Disney. Of course, there's the obvious requirements such as no visible tattoos or excessive piercings, but if you want to perform as a princess or any other star, then you need to fit within the parameters that Disney looks for. Former cast members have shared very specific information. To be a princess, you need to be between 5'4" and 5'7", and every other face character has their own height requirements. You must know everything about the character you portray so you can answer any questions the guests may ask of you, and the largest dress size available for princesses is a size 10. After a rigorous interview process, Disney provides all of the makeup and training needed to be able to perfect the look, and typically only employ people between the age of 18 and 23 for the princess roles. Too late for me! Number 2. No two cast members have the same first names. Walt Disney liked to be referred to as Walt, and this tradition has continued with all of the cast members on site. Name tags only have your first name on them, and if you have the same name as someone else working in the same area as you, then you have to come up with a different one to prevent any confusion. It's important that each cast member remembers to bring their name tags to work whenever they're on duty, but Disney has them covered just in case they forget. They are given a temporary tag which will always show their name as being Chris from Orlando. So if you ever come across Chris, it's more than likely a staff member who's a bit forgetful, and you may want to find someone else to help you with your needs, especially if he tells you to have a magical day. Number 1. Secret code words. There are apparently a series of secret code words that Disney staff use to refer to particular guests. Those with annual passes, for example, tend to behave in a more entitled way when they are in the parks, so some employees might call them pass holes. Not so secret anymore. This, of course, would never be said to your face, but there are others that are said more openly in public. Treasured guests, for example, are the complete opposite. They are visitors that the staff have found to be particularly difficult or unruly. On Disney Cruise Lines, if someone is thought to have peed in the pool, then it's referred to as Code Winnie. Looking at you, kid. And if someone throws up somewhere in a park, it's referred to as a Code V, or a protein shake spill. Perhaps the weirdest of all, though, is the white powder alert. It's not what you think. Rather than being someone being caught with cocaine, it is instead a call for the cleaners after a guest has spread the ashes of a loved one. Often seen as a sentimental place, it's apparently not too uncommon for someone to commit this illegal act on Disney grounds, so employees have to deal with it as delicately as possible. Thanks for watching! Do you have any weird experiences from Disney? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe and I'll see you next time. Bye!